Hallelujah! Wednesday, hump day, middle of the weekday, time to get it popping. All right, I'm just going to show, Michael, can you see this on the, go ahead and flip on that light just in case you can't. There we go. All right, this is called the 4 Disciplines of Execution. I went to Texas a couple years ago. I'm a certified trainer on it. I need some refreshing, but I'm going to start instituting this on Monday. It focuses on the idea of lead measures and lag measures. In business, we can have lead measures or lag measures. Lag measures are those things that we cannot control. We have no power to control, as in the number of escrows you currently have and the number of closings that you have in a particular week. Lead measures, on the other hand, are things that we have direct influence and control over. So how many contacts are you going to make on a daily basis or on a weekly basis? How are you going to make those contacts? That's something you can directly influence and control, right? So 4DX is all about focusing on the lead measures, celebrating the lag measures. I'm going to start this on Mondays because it makes the most sense. Let's set goals on a weekly basis, and then we're going to come back on the following Monday, and we're going to see how we did. You guys can be honest with this, or you cannot. It's up to you. It's just a sense of accountability that you guys can have. I found, we did this on the Kevin Blaine team. We found that people who attended 4DX in the beginning of the week and set their goals and then tried to hit them had more closings, more escrows than the people who didn't. And it's just accountability, guys. That's all it is. So I'm going to be going over this. That's going to start next Monday. Whoever wants to come. All I'm going to ask you for is your number of contacts, if you do have any escrows or closings at that time, but mostly contacts. And then I want to talk about how we're going to make those contacts. Are they going to be follow-up? Are they going to be Facebook message? Are they going to be calls, text messages? Whatever it is, I want to map it out for that week. So Monday's a great day to do that. Come get powered up here Monday morning, 9 a.m. Get it started. Well, between 9 and 9:15. I'd like to start it closer to 9, but just a little late sometimes. And Monday's going to be a little tougher too. So 9:15, come on in. We're going to get that started. Excited to get it going. Go ahead and flip that light. We'll get a word from Diana. And then I got something good for you guys after this as well. Energy. Do you want to have great energy?
Good morning, welcome to Power Up with Max. We just finished board breaking, didn't we? Woo! I mean, it was so much fun. They had so much energy here, and everything is about energy. You know, it can't be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed. What kind of energy do you give out every day? Do you actually give 100% full-on energy? Because it took 100%, didn't it? Yeah. What happened when you gave 80%? Oh, the board. Well, you got a broken board there, Molly. Did you help some people break the board?
It was an honor to help people break through those boards.
I know. So what did you see in their eyes?
Belief, 100% full-on belief that they were going through the board. This isn't a break on, it's a break through.
I know, isn't it great? And some people have a few breakdowns and then they get the breakthrough. And it's so much fun to watch them in their eyes. Sasha, you held a board. Jeremy, you held a board. Did you see the eyes? It's like it just penetrates the person. When you go on a listing appointment that way, what would happen, Mark?
Well, if you go on and you're not full on, you're not coming out with a listing.
I know, and it's so much fun. Just break through the boards. Did you all break a board?
Yeah.
We're in coaching skills camp, and the big question is, do you want to have great energy?
I do. Do you?
Sorry for the sound on that.
That's intense.
Y'all ever broke a board?
Lauren. You've never broken a board?
I don't think I have.
Man, you need to step your game up.
That's cool. Go ahead and flip on the lights for me. Okay.
So are they bowl coaches?
I don't believe they all are, but maybe they're in just some sort of bowl training. You go ahead and shut off the projector for me. Okay. We all know energy is important. I'm not encouraging you to go break through a board if you haven't done that before, because I don't want to be responsible for a broken hand. or anything else. But the whole purpose is we have the power to control the energy that we exert and that we put out. If our energy isn't right before a listing appointment, if our energy isn't right before going in to show a home, even go into the office and talk to your staff or whatever it is, if your energy isn't right, it's going to be, I can guarantee your conversion rate or just the general feeling that you're going to get from the people that you're leading, it's not going to be there. Every day I don't feel like clapping my hands and doing a kick, but I know it's what I got to do. Not only for me, but for anyone and everyone watching this video or whatever, and I like doing it. I haven't hurt myself yet. I'm still young enough to where I haven't done anything or ripped any pants. So no promises there. Keep watching, maybe you'll see that. But something that I really wanted to share with you, and it was the title of today's Power Up, is to be a thermostat and not a thermometer. Talking about lead and lag measure, tying it into 40X. A lead measure is a thermostat. You can go in, you can change if you want it to be cooler, you turn it down. You want it to be hotter, you turn it up. A thermometer is something that's just measuring your current state, where it's currently at. So I'm going to read this to you guys. Mind you, most of my teachings are biblically based, so you're going to hear words like kingdom, Christ, God. That's just what and how I prefer to do leadership. So as a kingdom entrepreneur, who knows you guys are all entrepreneurs in this business? Okay, good. Because you guys all run your own businesses at the end of the day. As a kingdom entrepreneur, you have the ability to set atmospheres and shift undesirable atmospheres. You don't simply measure the temperature like a thermometer, you impact it like a thermostat. You can create an atmosphere that ushers in the presence and the peace of God, unspeakable peace that those who walk into the room and don't know the love of Christ don't even understand. They simply think to themselves, there's something different about this place, or it's so peaceful here. Or perhaps they don't think anything at all, but their spirit responds to his presence, which creates a desirable experience while doing business with you. You never know when someone who is having a terrible day or is going through a very challenging season of life will be impacted by even 5 to 10 minutes of God's peace in your establishment. If you're hosting an event, you can set the atmosphere in that room before the attendees ever show up. If you spend time on the phones with clients, you can set the atmosphere for your call prior to picking up the phone. If you have a business meeting, you can set the atmosphere for that meeting before it even begins. You can set the atmosphere through prayer, praise, worship, with or without music, and or declaring the word of God. Remember that when you draw near to God, he draws near to you. He is drawn to your heart towards him. You can also shift atmospheres from undesirable to desirable. Did someone walk in the room with a negative attitude before an important meeting was about to begin? Shift the atmosphere. Did you enter someone else's business where the air was so thick and heavy? Shift the atmosphere. It doesn't have to be loud or obvious to anyone else. Just shift it. And I kind of want to tie that in when we go into client appointments or whatever. Who knows that you can go into a room? I go into businesses and I can tell you real quick what the atmosphere is like. I feel it. I'm all about energy. If you're not a kingdom, don't consider yourself a kingdom entrepreneur, y'all exert energy and y'all receive it too. Whether you're conscious of it or not. It's just something that as humans, we do. When I first walked into the office, I didn't care for the atmosphere. Just gonna be completely honest. Wasn't crazy over it. I made a decision that wasn't gonna last long, because every day I'm gonna be in here, it's not gonna be like that. And I just encourage you guys, tying back with the energy and being a thermostat, not a thermometer. If you walk in and your clients aren't very opened up, they're kind of got their walls up, they don't want to even be kind sometimes, guys, kill them with kindness, like Selena Gomez says. Just kill them. Kill them. Kill them with kindness. But I'm serious about this, guys. I make a joke out of it, but it's so true. I can't tell you that I went to every listing appointment and that I won, but I won 95% of the time. And I always made sure that my energy was right before I walked through that door. Every single time. And we have the ability to do that before we walk into a room, before we walk into an appointment. Check yourself, guys. Check yourself. Where am I at? Where am I at? I'm low in caffeine, okay. Slap yourself. Do some high-yaw kicks. Splash some water on your face. Get your energy right, because it's so important. They are receiving whatever you put out, whether you realize it or not. So what kind of energy are you putting out into the world? What are you setting the stage for? Are you setting it up for success, or are you going to let them be the dictator of it? We have the ability to create that. And if it's not what we like, we have the ability to shift that. A lot of times we like to play victims and say, oh, well, that sucked, my people sucked, they weren't in a good mood, whatever. Don't blame them, blame yourself. You had the ability to shift it and you didn't do anything about it. You played right into it. So, a couple questions I had for you guys. Who have you encouraged lately? Sometimes when we're emptied and we're having a bad day, it's because we're not encouraging anyone. And if we're not encouraging anyone else, I can guarantee you, you're probably not encouraging yourself. Have you guys encouraged yourself lately? Have you gave yourself some affirmations? Hey, I'm good at what I do. Hey, I love people. I'm going to have a great day today. We have the ability to do those things. But a lot of times we like to play victim and say, well, today sucks. I had a bad appointment. I'm just going to wallow in it. I'm going to be defeated all day. And guess what? You end up losing the rest of that day. You're living in a state of defeat. I'm not saying every day is going to be great, guys. It's not. And if you think it's going to be great, you're just deceiving yourself. Sometimes I get in such a good mood that as soon as someone bad came to me, I was just like, like this sucks. Guys, we have the power to overcome that every single day, every minute, every hour. We have the ability to make a choice and know, sometimes if I lose or have 3 bad appointments in a day, it's a lot harder than when I only have 1. I can just tell you guys that. But what I've realized when I lose on a consistent basis in a day, it's because I usually let that first or second appointment throw my whole day. And that means I gave someone else the power and ability to control the well-being and the attitude of myself. No one deserves that. No one deserves that for themselves, and no one deserves to let someone else determine how they're going to feel on a daily basis. So going back to real estate stuff real quick, who's had a bad appointment lately? What happened in that appointment that made it bad? And then how did you respond to it? Open it up.
I'm trying to think.
Lauren?
Good appointments at least.
What makes for a bad appointment in your guys' opinion?
If you're not communicating on the same level with the client, like for me, if I have a bad appointment, it's usually because I'm not mirror and matching, or I'm not consciously thinking about what this person is. Are they a D or I or S or C, and then patterning to that. Like if I'm just kind of doing my own thing, sometimes I notice that can create some awkwardness, but I always try to be conscious of that and cater to the other person's, like how they like to be communicated with.
I can tell you what I'm guilty of. I'm a high D, those in Keller Williams, I'm a high D, I'm a high I. So that means I like to be a driver and I also want to inspire, all at the same time. And sometimes I meet people that aren't DIs, and I think that they're not a certain way just because they're not like me. They don't think like me, they don't talk like me, they don't have these different things. It doesn't make them less powerful. I know people that are doing great in real estate who are SCs because they have their systems down and they have a high driver that's leading the group. Met teams from across the country. Not everyone's a DI just like me. What I've realized is that I can get really selfish in that sense, because I think good appointments are people that are like-minded and just like me, and what I've found is what an opportunity it is to try to get where they're at, understand where they are, put myself in their shoes, and then, okay, how can I encourage, how can I empower? Not everything's gonna work out, guys, I can tell you that, but when I place myself out of my shoes and what I'm looking for and what I want, and into someone else's, breakthroughs happen. And they don't only happen for the person that I'm trying to relate to, they happen in myself. Because they're able to diversify my mind, diversify my thoughts, and diversify the way I'm communicating with them. I've had to learn that as a leader. Had to. And it's important because, guys, if you are a DI or whatever, there's 10% of the population that's that. 1 out of every 10. I can just tell you statistically that's roughly what it is. So I've had to really learn, okay, how does an SC think? How do these different, more mellow people think? How can I ask questions in a way that they may be able to respond? Because if I get super aggressive with an SC, they're going to retreat. They're going to withdraw. They're going to be like, oh yeah, it's a little bit scary. It doesn't mean you can't get them to that point. But meet someone right where they are, give them a vision, your vision, and they can buy into it or not, but at least you've done your part then. You've done your part at that point. And you can move on, decide it's a good move for you or not. That's just something that's really been on my mind because I've had over 40 appointments in the last month. 4 of them have the same thing as me, DI. And we get along great. And we're hopping and we're skipping together, and it's like boom, boom, boom. Energy's out, just out of the, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's bouncing off the walls. It'll hit someone in the face if they're walking by. But then I'll go and see, and afterwards I'm just like, oh man, these people are kind of, they're kind of mellow. But then I realized, like, you know what? How can I think more like them? And if we just get in that mindset of mirroring and matching, like you said, Lauren, like how can we mirror and match that? How can we put ourselves in their shoes just for a minute? Guys, we're going to be able to have this peace within us because now we're able to relate to more people. Not every one of my clients was just like me. In fact, I preferred it when they weren't. Because if they were just like me, what kind of value can I give them? They already have that in them. Now, if you're different than them, what's your value proposition? How can you be a driver for them when they aren't? How can you institute things and balance them out? Because guys, who knows if you're exactly the same, you guys can get excited, but you aren't able to benefit each other because, really you're the same. You think the same, you do the same. So no matter what you are, whether you're a high driver or you're a little more laid back, be conscious of that. And when you're talking to someone, kind of figure out what they are. Are they more laid back? Because sometimes my high D will scare a great agent away because they're like, well, Blake, it's not where I'm at right now. It's not how I think. And that's okay. That's okay. Your clients aren't going to be all just like you either. They aren't. So don't let different people prevent you from having a great day. Because you're still you, you're still powerful, and that other person is also very powerful, but in a unique and different way. And I know for running a business, 100%, if everyone was DIs, I wouldn't have a business. I wouldn't be a leader. I just wouldn't, guys, because everyone wouldn't need me. Everyone wouldn't need my skill set. But sometimes we need other skill sets that offset us and allows us to think different thoughts and think in a different way. So it's something that was on my mind this morning, and as I, this is stuff that I'm so passionate about, guys. I've had to learn in business and through having and running a team with over 70 people that if I expected everyone to be just like me, that business wouldn't have operated. It wouldn't have. So I challenge you, how can you encourage someone today that's not like you? How can you just take 5 minutes to think, let me put myself in their shoes and their experiences? Because who knows, we don't all come from the same past. We don't. Life has a way of making us a certain way. Our past experiences have a way of shaping us. But not everyone, I consider it a blessing, people who have gone through a lot of stuff, because it makes you very strong. But not everyone has had that lifestyle. So it makes it kind of harder to relate in a way. But I just challenge you, think outside of yourself, because if you want to run a successful business, it's going to involve a lot more than you, and it's going to involve people that aren't just like you. That's all I got today. Michael, if you can come up and just click pause. One more plug. Tomorrow, 40X on Monday. Tomorrow, Amanda Wood is going to be here in our office. 11 to 12, teaching on home warranties. Also some marketing material. But guys, home warranties is a great, great, great tool for both buyers and sellers. It covers you, it protects you. When 5 or 6 months, when you're done with the deal and you got your paycheck and there's something big that comes up, it's going to cover and protect you guys. Amanda Wood is an absolutely fantastic rep for that. Part of a great company in Old Republic. Is that right? You guys know that? It's Old Republic, I'm pretty sure. Man, if you're watching, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. 11 to 12 tomorrow. I will see you guys then. I won't be here for Power Up tomorrow. I'll be in Beverly Hills. But you guys have a great day. Lead. But most importantly, don't forget to love someone today. The world needs a lot more of it. See you soon.
Finish.
Yep.